So, when I first started keto, I can remember standing there in my kitchen just thinking, okay, but what do I actually eat? Truthfully, I had no idea what to put on my plate. I was thinking that keto meant I just had to live on bacon and butter and cheese, and just that would get old really fast. So I can remember thinking to myself too, is butter even really good? And are all fruits bad? And am I ever really going to have anything that tastes good again? So if you've ever felt that kind of frustration, believe me, you are not alone. Okay, you are in the right place because today I'm going to show you exactly what a beginner can eat following keto. All right, without making it complicated. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Rhonda Kremski. I'm a certified health coach and I'm founder of Real Health Resolutions. And back in 2019, I lost 120 pounds. More importantly, I have kept it off now for over 5 years. Okay, it wasn't always that way. I used to feel exhausted. I was dealing with brain fog and inflammation. I was constantly in pain. Every time I stood up, my whole body ached. Okay, and I was truthfully just feeling stuck. I had tried everything out there. If you name a diet, I probably tried it. The problem was that nothing worked long term. Okay, I could lose weight, but I would always gain the weight back plus more. And once I learned how to fuel my body instead of fighting it, that's when everything changed. My energy came back, my brain fog lifted, and I finally started to feel like myself again. So now I am so blessed because I'm able to help others do the same thing. So let's talk about why so many people struggle when they first start a keto plan. Okay, you might start out strong, you cut out carbs, and then in a few days, you're tired and cranky. You might even feel shaky or have the brain fog I was talking about. You just feel foggy. And the reason is because when you first cut out carbs, your body is still trying to run on carbs and sugar. And that transition phase, a lot of people will refer to it as the keto flu. It's rough. It's really rough. Okay. But the good news is it's temporary and it's not failure. It's just your body saying to you, hey, I'm used to running on carbs and now you want me to burn fat instead. Here's what happens though when your body adapts, that's when everything will change for you. Okay, you're going to start burning fat for energy. Your cravings will go away. Your energy becomes steady all day long, and you'll be able to stop thinking about food 24/7. If anybody who's watching has experienced that shift, I see lots of you from my Real Health Resolvers group in here. If you have experienced that shift where you have been able to get rid of those cravings, you recognize that you can go longer periods of time without food, share in the comments. I'd love to hear about that. All right. But truthfully, it starts with knowing what to eat. Okay. So I want to start by talking about that. When you're building your plate, you want to think healthy fats first. Okay. Then you want to think about protein, and then you want to make sure you add in a non-starchy vegetable. Okay. So healthy fats include things like avocado, olive oil, butter, salmon, nuts, and seeds. Okay, these are what are going to keep your hormones balanced and keep your brain sharp, get rid of that brain fog. All right, proteins include things like chicken and fish and eggs and beef. Or if you're able to eat dairy, if you're dairy free, you don't have to have dairy, but if you can have it, Greek yogurt is a great option, especially if you're a vegetarian. It's a great source of protein and it'll help keep you full. Okay, it's going to help your body rebuild and prevent the muscle loss that can slow your metabolism. So that's the benefit of protein. All right, and then I want to just name some of my favorite non-starchy vegetables. spinach and broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, asparagus, Brussels sprouts. I never liked Brussels sprouts before. I love them now. If you cut them in half and then fry them up in either bacon grease or olive oil and get them so they're crispy and brown, they're delicious. Another great non-starchy vegetable is purchasing the pasta that's made from hearts of palm. There's several different brands. I like getting it at Aldi. It's the least expensive and it counts as your vegetable, but tastes like pasta. It's amazing. So what the vegetables are going to do is they're going to feed the good bacteria in your gut. They're going to provide fiber and they're going to keep everything working smoothly. Okay, in addition to these three basics, which are the healthy fats, the protein, and then the non-starchy vegetables, you've got to remember hydration and electrolytes. Okay, those are critical. And this is the part, truthfully, a lot of people will forget. Drinking enough water will help with flushing out toxins. It's going to help increase your energy. It relieves constipation and it will help you lose weight. So when you're drinking a lot of water, you have to make sure to replenish your electrolytes. Okay. I love Ultima as a brand that I personally use, but you can pick any clean electrolyte mix. You want to just make sure that it's sweetened with an approved sweetener. And I prefer stevia, allulose, and monk fruit. I do use erythritol on occasion, but there is some research that is going around right now about it, and there's not conclusive evidence, but the first three that I mentioned are fantastic. So Ultima is sweetened with organic stevia. Just find a clean version of an electrolyte mix. Okay, stay away from Gatorade. It has sugar. Gatorade Zero has sucralose. You want something that you can have daily. You need to make sure that you're replenishing your electrolytes, which are things like sodium, potassium, magnesium. Okay, because without those things, your energy is going to crash. You're going to get headaches. Those are going to hit you hard. So make sure that you are drinking plenty of water, replenishing your electrolytes. That's also going to help with that initial transition into burning fat, that keto flu phase that I talked about. So just make sure you get your electrolyte replenishers. All right, timing your meal is key. Okay. That means no snacking between meals. And I know that sounds tough. Okay. But it truly is one of the most powerful shifts that you can make. If you're like me, you were probably taught you have to have breakfast and then snack, and then lunch and then snack, and then dinner and snack. You need to eat 6 small meals and eat every 2 hours. Okay. That is the furthest from the truth. You really want to give your body a break from digestion and a break from insulin. Okay. That is what is going to help you actually start burning fat for energy. Okay, because when you eat, you trigger an insulin response. And when insulin is present, fat burning hormones will not come out. You cannot burn fat in the presence of insulin. All right, so I want to make this very practical today because knowing what to eat is only going to help if you can actually picture it. So I'm going to give you some of my favorite real life examples of items that I like to eat. I will mention when I was in weight loss mode, losing the 120 pounds, I used to only do 2 meals a day. You can do 3 meals a day, just don't snack in between and make sure you space your meals out. Okay, but I did a challenge in my Real Health Resolvers group that's called OMAD, 1 meal a day. And I loved it. It just frees me up. So I've stuck with just doing 1 meal a day. Don't panic. You don't have to go to that. If once your body shifts to this, you may decide you want to do that. But I'm going to give you, I do like to mix up, even though I do 1 meal a day. Sometimes it's a breakfast type food. Sometimes it's a lunch type food. Sometimes it's a dinner type food. So I'm going to go through and give you my favorites on each of those. Okay. So first of all, my favorite breakfast type food, I call note meal. Stands for, it's like oatmeal. It tastes kind of like oatmeal, but it does not have oats. That's why I call it note meal. Okay. So I skip the oats because one, they're too high in carbs, but the second reason is a lot of times they are sprayed with chemicals. So what I do is I take 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, which have tons of great health benefits, and I put them in a pot on the stove without turning the stove on yet, and just let them soak in about a half a cup of almond milk. They'll start to absorb some of the almond milk and they soften. Okay. Then I take 2 tablespoons. I like golden flaxseed meal. It just has a lighter taste. You can get it at most all grocery stores. Just look on the label for golden. I mix in 2 tablespoons of that. I add in a half a cup of pecans, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of almond butter, a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and then one of those approved sweeteners just to taste, whatever you like. Then I just turn the stove on medium, stir it until it thickens. And especially this time of year when it's starting to get cool out, it's a nice warm meal. It is so filling. It truly keeps me full for hours. Okay, so I highly recommend trying that if you like oatmeal. All right. Another recipe I make often are the waffles from my Beyond Keto cookbook. You can make them blueberry waffles. You can use the sugar-free chocolate chips. But I make a batch of those and I keep them in my freezer. And that way, if I need just a quick meal, I've got them in the freezer. I stick them in the toaster oven and I've got my quick breakfast. There are also smoothie recipes in the Beyond Keto cookbook, and I've actually posted those here in the Beyond Keto group. So you could even just search the word smoothie at the top of the page or at the top of the group, and you'll most likely find that smoothie recipe. Another super simple 2 ingredient breakfast meal that I make a lot are, I call them cheese latkes. They are 8 eggs and a container, the 24-ounce container of cottage cheese. You mix that together, and then I like to put them on a griddle, and I use olive oil, and you cook them up like pancakes and flip them over. And then I like to put sugar-free jelly, which is super easy to make too. Literally 3 ingredients: lemon juice, strawberries, and water. And you just combine those together and let them heat up on the stove. Or you can buy Good brand is a great brand sweetened with stevia, but I put that on the cheese latkes. Another thing I like to make are omelets. Those are super easy. I am not good at making omelets so that they flip without spilling everything out. So I actually purchased an omelet maker. You can search for that on Amazon. Makes it super easy. You just put all of the ingredients that you want in there and it makes your omelet for you. But you'll notice all of these that I'm telling you, they're real food, okay? You don't want anything that is processed. All right. And if anyone is interested in my Beyond Keto cookbook, just put in the comments cookbook and I'll be happy to send that to you. I'll send you the link. It is for purchase, but I will send you the link for you to purchase that. All right. For lunch, I like to keep it simple but satisfying. So just making a batch of chicken salad and having it on mixed greens. Or you can purchase something called Cloudies. It's cloud bread. You can make your own cloud bread at home, or you can buy that at the grocery store. Egg salads, another super simple lunch type item. You can take things like salami or pepperoni and just put some cream cheese in the middle, wrap them up, and that's delicious. You can use outer aisle sandwich thins. Again, you can get those usually at like Whole Foods when Dixie, I believe, sells them. But you can make little mini pizzas out of those. You can use them to make sandwiches. And there's nothing in them but 4 ingredients. It's cauliflower, cage-free eggs, Parmesan cheese, and nutritional yeast. That's all that's in those. So mini pizzas are great to have for a quick lunch. You can also just buy, I like buying the veggie slaw. It's usually in the produce section with like the prepared veggies. And I buy that. I like using that as my base for a salad. I'll just throw in some toasted pecans, some feta, some avocado, and some Caesar dressing. That's one of my favorites. All right. Now, dinner is where I like to keep it hearty but easy. Okay. One of the members of my Real Health Resolvers group, Joy Monk, she's now lost over 100 pounds. She's doing amazing. But she came up with a recipe for beef stroganoff. And she had the idea of using egg life wraps, which you can also get at Aldi, and cutting them to make them into pasta. So that's what I used to do. But just recently, I found egg life pasta that's already cut into like fettuccine style. And it is delicious. You don't even have to cook it. It's fully cooked, but you can just like saute it in a pan with some butter and water. You follow the directions on the package. But I just had that the last 2 days I've been having the beef stroganoff. It is so filling and amazing. The Sloppy Joe's recipe from my Beyond Keto cookbook is one of my absolute favorites. Three ingredient salmon is so good. It's so easy. You take mayonnaise and salsa, mix it together, spread it on top, and then bake the fish. And it seeps down into the fish and makes it so tender and tasty. So if you like these ideas, you can find other recipes in my Beyond Keto group. You just go to Guide 6 in the group. There's also, with the holidays coming up soon, there's in Guide 8, it's called Holiday Eating Made Healthy. Some of my favorite recipes are in there, like a mock sweet potato casserole that's made with butternut squash, which is lower in carbs. Absolutely delicious. It's got a pecan crumble on top. It's amazing. So now I want to just talk about what you should skip, meaning what you should not eat. Okay, because this is really where my approach after my experience trying traditional keto, it was just like everything else that I did. I lost weight at first, but while I was still following traditional keto, unfortunately, I started gaining. I gained it all back plus more. So I've really taken that experience and tweaked it so that it works not just to lose the weight, but to keep it off long term. So most people who are doing keto will eat almond flour, they eat coconut flour, peanut butter, peanuts, and pretty much every kind of cheese. Okay, those are the things that will stall your progress. Okay, so I don't want to take the time now to go into this. I have sessions that I've done about each of those items, peanuts and peanut butter, almond flour, coconut flour, those different things, all the cheeses in my Real Health Resolvers group that explains the science behind why those can stall your progress. But and what we do inside Real Health Resolvers is really just break everything down to show you what truly helps your body heal. And like I said, so you don't just lose weight, but you keep it off so that it's long term. Okay, so when you focus on the right foods, your body responds so much faster. All right, I want to talk about eating out because you can absolutely eat out. I believe my parents are both here joining me. They are now 78 years old. When they were 76, they started following my plan. My dad's lost 140 pounds. My mom's lost 77 pounds. They've kept it off over a year. They eat out at least 5 times a week. Okay, so you don't have to stop eating out. Okay, I want to just give you some ideas of things that are simple to be able to order when you go out. You can get a burger and just skip the bun. Don't eat the bun. Get a Cobb salad. Use ranch dressing. You want either ranch, blue cheese, Caesar. You want the higher fat dressings. Stay away from the honey mustard and the French and the vinaigrettes. They're too high in sugar. We want to get rid of the sugar and we want the fat. All right. You can get a steak and get a side salad. Also, you can get a side of loaded broccoli. Okay. It's like a loaded baked potato, but without the baked potato. So you can have the butter and the sour cream and the bacon bits and all the yummy stuff that goes on top of the broccoli. If you go to a Mexican restaurant, super easy. You can order fajitas and just don't get the tortillas. You can just eat it with a fork. Or you can bring the egg life wraps. Those, again, they sell at Aldi. I love my Aldi. It's got good prices and you can get these foods for not too expensive. I will often bring my egg life wraps with me, and then that way I spread the sour cream and the guacamole and the salsa on there, and then I'm putting in my chicken or my beef and my veggies. It's perfect. So you can see this is not restrictive, okay? It's real life. It's just simplified. So when your body starts burning fat for fuel instead of burning the carbohydrates, truly that is when your cravings will disappear. Okay, you're going to find that you're full between meals, so you don't have to snack. Like I said, your energy is going to stay steady. You're not going to have that 3 o'clock in the afternoon dip where you feel like you have to close your eyes and take a nap. All right. And the scale is going to start to move. So if you guys in the comments have experienced that, where you have found your cravings have gone away, you're having more energy, you're losing weight, I'd love for you to share the in the comments your story. Share a little bit about it. All right. This truly is not about restriction. Okay. It's about restoration. It's about helping your body work the way that God designed it to work. All right. And you don't have to take my word for it. We've had people in my Real Health Resolvers group since the beginning when I started it back in 2020. And some of them have lost hundreds of pounds. I just saw Joy made a comment, KISS meals are the best. That stands for Keep It Super Simple. And Joy has lost over 100 pounds. She's one of those people, right? We also have others who have only needed to lose 10 or 15 pounds. But all of us have one thing in common, okay? We've all found a lifestyle that works long term. Okay, I just like to give a few examples. I could literally spend hours going through hundreds of these examples, but Nancy Sherman, she's lost 114 pounds. She's been maintaining her results long term as she heads into retirement. She's feeling strong and confident and full of energy. Trisha Mason, she has maintained a 90-pound weight loss for over 2 years now. And she did that with just walking. She didn't have to do any extreme workouts, right? It's just structure, it's accountability, and it's real food. There's Vicky Cook. She's lost 20 pounds and she lost her 20 pounds in just 8 weeks. All right. And that was even when she went on vacation twice during that time. She's been in my group long term now and has continued to renew because she loves the community. But she says this is really the first plan that actually fits into real life. You can go out, you can go on vacation. Linnell Green Keys, she's lost over 40 pounds now. And that was after years of bouncing between diets that never lasted. And she said that Real Health Resolvers finally gave her the structure and support she needed. Her favorite part is the community. She calls it unmatched support and says there's always someone there, whether it's me or it's one of our long-term members. She refers to everybody as lifers. She's a lifer. She told me, I finally have found a plan I can trust and a community that actually cares. There's Linda Johnson. She dropped from a size 18 to 20 down to a size 10. And she's buying smaller jeans. She's no longer having to continue going up in size. She's gone down, just feeling so good. We've got so many people in this group. I mean, hundreds of stories inside our community like this. We have members who are in their 30s, their 50s. We even have one who's about to turn 81, right? I think she might be on. If she wants to say who she is, I won't call her out, but I think she's with me right now and having tremendous success. Because it's a lifestyle. It's built around real food and structure and support. So you've heard the stories. Hopefully, you've even seen some of the stories. You can read about these people in our Beyond Keto group. And truthfully, now it's your turn. If you're ready to stop guessing and finally follow a plan that works, join all of us inside of Real Health Resolvers. That's where I walk you through everything step by step. It's not just another diet group. Okay, it's a complete lifestyle with proven guidelines. We have food lists, we've got meal plans. Joy actually created several KISS meal plans for us. Keep it super simple, 5 ingredients or less. There's grocery guides. There's more specifics about meal timing. You get individualized coaching from me in Messenger. You join a community of people in a messenger chat. You've got the Facebook group. Truthfully, it's the most supportive community I have ever been part of. And like, for instance, right now in the group, we're doing a logging challenge. And the participation is blowing me away. It is through the roof. I absolutely love when we do these challenges because I see everyone posting their photos of their meals with their logs. And in the Real Health Resolvers group, I teach you about the specific macros you should follow, the specific calories, and that's going to expedite your weight loss. And, you'll see the results from all of these people in our Beyond Keto group in the guides section. So if you decide to join us, I'm telling you, you'll never have to wonder, can I eat this? Okay, you're going to know what you can eat and what you can't. It's a support system. It's going to help you finally reach your goals and stay there. So if you're interested, drop RHR, stands for Real Health Resolvers, in the comments. I would be so happy to send you more information. I am not a high pressure salesperson by any means. My heart is to help you. And so just say RHR in the comments. I'll just send you in Messenger some more information. And if you're interested again in the Beyond Keto cookbook, you can just comment cookbook and I'll be happy to send you the link where you can purchase that as well. But I just want to encourage you, don't wait until Monday, okay? That's what I always did. I was always waiting and I was telling myself, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. Okay. Don't wait till after the holidays. Don't pack on those 15 pounds before the holidays. Okay. By this coming Monday, you could already be through that initial keto flu I'm talking about. You could start feeling clearer, get rid of that mental fog. You can feel lighter. You can feel more confident. Okay. This is the lifestyle that has not only helped me lose the 120 pounds, but like I said, more importantly, I've kept it off for over 5 years. And you deserve that kind of freedom too. So just say RHR in the comments if you are interested in me just reaching out to you. No high pressure. I just send you a link that you can take a look and see if it's something you're interested in. I would absolutely love to have you join us, and I would be honored to help you on this journey.